You queens look wonderful.
Thanks.
I say to another day.
I share to another day. That's good.
Queen Ayaba. Much love.
Grand
Queen
Rising.
Anawili.
Yeah.
All my people.
Yeah.
Was that Pam singing? Don't it look like her?
It did. Yeah.
I was like, I said, hey, whoa.
Yeah.
That was absolutely beautiful to bring us in like that.
Yes.
Let's welcome Facebook and YouTube and the world and all my beautiful sisters here in Zoom. We zoomed on in with Sea Lion Woman with Lisa Nichols. Oh my gosh, she is wonderful.
Awesome.
I just want to welcome all of you, and I want to share with those that are on social media that we will be with you, or you'll be with us until 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we're going to shift and only be in our privacy of the Zoom. But you are welcome to come, all you ladies. You sisters can come and join us if you go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org and just click the Get Your Ticket. It's free. That same ticket is yours forever. So you don't have to register anymore, but we just need you to register one time. And I just want you to enjoy the topics. Today we have Mama Ayaba and we have Mama Awa that is going to be our host today. And we are ready because we know we're ready for a ride today. So start off with Mama Awa. You was talking about the teas.
Yes. Queen Aduni, you said you had green and peppermint.
Yes.
And that peppermint, it's wonderful for headaches. It's wonderful for digestion. Anything that goes wrong in the tummy, check the head too. Anything with the head and the tummy, they go together. And the green tea, anti-cancer, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mama, who's next?
Mama, what's going on?
Who's next? Who got it? Who brought
Faith, family, and friends. The three F's. Faith, family, and friends.
Faith, family, and friends.
I'm nursing on ashwagandha, which is a de-stress tea. It's good for the brain, swelling in the body, high blood pressure. It's grown in Africa and in India. So that's what I got, ashwagandha plus ginger and honey.
Oh, wow. You got the goods.
What I have in my homemade bowl, I have a immune blend. I got a blend of stuff and for the immune system. Every once in a while, we got to operate and work on our respiratory, to keep that immune system up, going on with all that stuff going on out there in the world. My blend is like barberry. Let me get my little list. Barberry, catnip, cat's claw, echinacea, elderflower, ginger, hyssop, and it goes on. Peppermint, slippery elm. I'm drinking all that in one cup.
So did you come in a bag or did you mix it?
Oh, it's blend, yes.
Okay. Ayaba, you was about to say something?
I'm saying she made that, she said she made it, but I just wanted to reemphasize that what she was drinking out of, she made it.
Wow. Oh, yeah. And one of my crazy craft moments. Yeah.
You look very beautiful today, Miss.
I feel beautiful. We all are beautiful.
Yeah.
We all look at the sunshine in the faces. It's raining here, but that's okay. We got that. Hey, we got that Elizabeth glow.
Yeah.
We're back to serving and being served.
All right.
She just served you with you're looking beautiful. And you're one of those kind of people that can't really take the what do you call it? What did we say we did that time? You can't, what is it? Serve and receive. She's such a server that it's not that easy for her to receive. I'm talking about you, Mama Hawa. You're the earth, so you want to bring in everybody. She said, you look beautiful. You said, well, everybody look beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm Mama. I am Mama. I'm Mama Earth. Yes, I absorb all, and I guess that's my job. And I'm doing, hey, my mission. Forget job. I don't have a job, but that's my mission.
All right.
My mission is to serve. Mhm.
Yes, but we also must receive.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. That was our first program, serving and receiving.
Now Wheelie's got some tea there.
Night Wheelie, what you drinking?
Oh, good. Great day. I have a blend. It is turmeric chai, and I've also put my oats in it this morning to have my cereal also.
Oh wow, that's different. I never heard of that. Oh.
And it is sweetened with a honey that comes laced with ginger.
Laced.
Laced.
With ginger, all right.
Yes.
Anybody else? It's not just us. When you chime in on Wednesday, have your cups ready.
Yeah.
Have your herbs, and let's talk. Let's talk what you drinking. It's like what you got in your cup.
What you got in your cup? What's in your wallet?
Yeah, what's in your wallet?
What's in your cup?
Anybody else? I see.
Well,
Light. I see. What you got? What you got, girl?
Well,
I just got a chamomile lavender mix, and then I'm gonna put these key limes in it once it finishes steeping. I just took it off.
Go ahead. Teach everyone. Teach. Yes.
Well, it's very interesting. You would have lavender, you got yellow, and you see I got yellow on. In the Sorcerer Society, yellow is the color for Wednesday for in the Yoruba system it's called a legba, but they call him Sebek or Sebek in the Sorcerer system. So today is Sebek's day, ruled by the planet Mercury, represented by Gemini and Virgo, but especially Gemini because Gemini are the great talkers. So we have everybody's representing everything because we are all in tune, even though we may not know about all that stuff.
Did Razia share what she
I
had?
shared.
Razia, what's in your cup?
Well,
You did?
good morning.
Good morning.
Grand rising, everyone. I'm having a basic peppermint, organic peppermint tea. And I tend to get up in the morning and feel what type of tea I should embrace.
That's
So
good.
today it's peppermint. I ate a late meal, which I try to avoid. And so I knew that I needed peppermint, a good dose of it this morning.
Right. Working on
Thank
that
you.
digestive system, cleaning the body out.
Yes.
That's great. Okay.
Anybody else? You bring your cups?
Let me hit this.
All right.
What about Kamarie? Do you have any tea this morning with you? Liv, what about Liv?
Oh, Liv talked about her tea already.
Okay, Khalifa is here. Grand Rising, Khalifa Bay.
Hi,
Are you drinking any tea?
I'm actually boiling my water now for some mother's milk.
All right. Hey, that's all right. That's all right.
That's right.
Did we get everybody?
Tiffany, you in? Aaliyah? Alita.
Alita.
Alita. All right. All right.
That's my girl.
Tiffany Bryce, what are you drinking this morning? You went out in the backyard and picked something?
Grand Rising. No, actually, I just immersed myself in my tea. So I had a nice bath.
Oh,
In
there
that
you
bath,
go.
I juiced some lemons and some green apples, and I had some sage oil. So yes, I'm still steeping.
I know. See, you're still brewing.
Yeah.
For that wonderful infusion. That's a whole body infusion.
Yes.
Beautiful. I know what I'm gonna do this evening. Thank you.
Anita.
You guys calling my name?
Yes, ma'am. What you drinking in your cup? What you got? You got your tea this morning?
I'm drinking a detox tea.
That's all right. That's all
Okay.
right.
Yep.
All about cleansing and purging. And that's the way you should start your morning. You shouldn't crowd your system with a bunch of junk. This is all about breaking the fast.
All right.
That's breakfast.
Yep, fruit and herbs, fruit and herbs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Mm.
Everybody's doing
Yaba, what you got to say? What you got on your
No,
agenda? this
did
morning?
everybody get in? Liv got in. Did I miss her?
Yeah, you
I don't
did.
think Kamari
Empress?
got in.
Empress, you there?
No.
That's all right. She had to come to the
Okay.
tea party next time. The tea party be over in a minute.
Well, definitely, ladies know that Wednesday is the tea party. So bring your
Okay.
tea. Yeah. Or your smoothie, or
That's right.
or
That's right.
your organic coffee, or your coffee,
Mother's milk.
or your mother's milk, or your bath.
Hey, that's right. Bring it. How you start your morning.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to delve into the earth today. Howard will take the lead, and I'll throw something in there. Howard is a earth woman. She spends a lot of time in the earth. She has a yard, beautiful yard. Do you still have that symbol in your yard from the Native Americans' directions? Do you still have that?
A medicine wheel.
Your medicine wheel.
They've been working on my yard. But thank you for that reminder. I'm gonna put it back in there. I gotta tell a little story. Here I go with my stories. When I take walks, I steal rocks. Hey, don't turn me in.
You liberate the rocks.
See, they talk to me and I pick them up, and I have friends that laugh at me. And when my husband was alive, we would go places that the entryway may have all the pretty colored rocks. And he'll look at me and he'll say, don't you take a rock. But I will, wherever I go, wherever I travel, I take small rocks and I put it in my bag. When I take my nature walks, I have a backpack because I'm gonna find that rock and I'm gonna put it in my yard. But I thank you. I got to get back and make my medicine wheel. One day we'll talk about the power of the medicine wheel. But
we're gonna walk around it so everybody can
walk
see.
the medicine wheel. The first time I ever walked the medicine wheel was in Sedona, Arizona, up in the mountains with the Native Americans, and it's slow. See, we worry about time, but for them, it's like there's no time. There's like time isn't of the essence. It's like walking in space. And it felt like that short period of time just to walk the wheel and walk back, it felt like I was doing it forever. But it was no more than maybe 15, 20 minutes. But again, that's something for another time.
So we're going to do crystals and what do you shoot. Crystals and gemstones this morning.
Oh, nice.
So anyone who knows anything about them, you want to contribute. This is not a segregated moment. We're all in it together. Howard's just going to take the lead on it. And I have a few of them up here myself that I'm going to share with you. Howard, take it.
All righty. I'm looking at all the comments. And good morning, everyone. They got their shout out about the teas. You don't have to put in the shout out, hey, come talk, tell us this conversation. But we're going to talk about crystals and gemstones. Crystals are found everywhere. I'm going to stay on track, so I'm going to read. Otherwise, I'll be everywhere. Yeah. But crystals are found everywhere. Most rocks are made from them. And on most sandy beaches and wait a minute, let me go back. Actually, there are billions and billions of broken crystal quartz, believe it or not, on the beaches. All these little shiny pebbles that you see, they are minerals or some form of crystals. Even our salt and our sugar are crystals. Now it is a different when the crystal becomes a gemstone. That means man have tapped in there and have took it and cut it into shapes and angles and have polished them, and then put them into settings. Then that's basically a gemstone. Or if it's used for the purpose of decoration, that's a gemstone. And the rarest, I went off the grid yesterday because I like to find little fun facts about whatever we're talking about. And the rarest gemstone, anybody know the rarest gemstone in the entire world? It is called the painite. And this is so rare. It made the book of Genesis. It was discovered in 1951 with just 2 specimens of its kind. By the year 2004, there are less than 24 known. And it's Painite. Look it up. But we're gonna go back and forth. Our chakras resonate when stones are placed on them. And Queen Yaba, she'll talk a little bit about the chakras, and then I can jump back in like the placement of crystals on these chakras. How about it, Ma?
Sure. Most of us here are familiar with chakras and the chakra system. If you go by the public information, they will tell you there are only 7 chakras. But many of you here already know that there's 7 plus 7 plus 7 on into infinity, because we are continually resonating and connecting with all the energy in the entire universe. Some of these things are how, when I talk about, may be difficult to conceptualize. Don't worry about what your brain is telling you. Think about the experience of getting in the ocean. And when you're in the ocean, you're touched by the water from your external, your skin, but you have pores, little tiny holes all through your body, and they absorb the ocean water. So not only are you being touched by the ocean water, you're also absorbing that ocean water. And they say that the pH of our blood is the same pH as that of water. And as you know, we talked about this earlier on, before you come into this world outside of your mother's womb, you are in water. If we don't drink enough water, our body is going to have a problem. So the chakras is something that you cannot see, you cannot feel them. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe some people can feel them because some people have a high sensitivity level. So the basic chakras that we're going to talk about are the ones that we mostly can find when we do our research, which is your root chakra, starting at the so-called bottom and going to the top. And each of these chakras have colors that correspond to them. Who came up with this? I cannot say. All I know is that you find it prevalent in the Hindi culture, which, if you don't know it, the Hindi culture comes out of what we call Africa. 70,000 years ago, the people from what we call Africa migrated to that area, and the land was called Indus Kush Valley, Indus Kush, Cush Valley. So when we talk about these things, we're also connecting to the energy of our ancestors. Say, for example, the color of your chakras, the color of the chakras that you have in your body or that you know about in your body. For example, the Muladhara, you may not know it by that name, but it's the root chakra. And then you have the Svadhisthana, don't quote me on my pronunciation, the Svadhisthana, which is the sacral chakra. And when we talk about the Manipura, which is the solar plexus chakra, and the starting with the root chakra, which would be below your navel. And then you have the Swadhisthana, or the sacral chakra, which is right above the root chakra. Then you have the Manipura, which is above that, and the Anahata, or the heart chakra, which is above that, the Vishuddha, or the throat chakra, the Ajna, or what they call the third eye chakra, and the Saraswara, or the crown chakra, which is at the very top. And each of these chakras, I don't know if you can see this, but each of these chakras have color. Each of the crystals that Sister's going to share with you. Can you all see this?
Yes.
They also have color. And each of those colors have their own vibration. So when you have like for example, the Manipura chakra. The Manipura chakra, also called the solar plexus chakra, is said to reside within the subtle body just above the navel and below the rib cage. It is associated with our ego, our self-worth, self-esteem, self-motivation, and internal powers of manifestation. A lot of times when you think you're at a low ebb, you're not at a low ebb. Your wheel, the Manipura wheel, ain't turning like it's supposed to turn. That's when you go into your meditation and your teas and your herbs and your incense and your baths. Go ahead, Howard.
The solar plex area, like she said, it houses, it's your laughter and it's your sadness. When you feel something, it hits you in the solar plex. It hits you in the pit of the stomach. That's that area.
People say it hit you in the gut, or follow your gut feelings. And when you look at the word solar, which is connected to the sun energy, and soul, S-O-L, which is light or sun energy. And they say we are people of soul. The Rastafarians always speak of words, sound, and power. They don't say words, spelling, and power. So when you say I got soul, you're saying you're people of light, people of the sun. Oh, look at it. Pi Ember. Grand rising to your great mystic.
Grand rising.
Welcome.
Oh my goodness.
Unmute yourself.
Hey, Pi.
How there?
Habari gani?
Greetings.
Habari
Haven't seen you in a long time.
Habari Gani, she said.
It's been a while.
Greetings, Pi.
Everybody knows Pi.
Yeah, it took me this long to get on. I went through the whole process. I'm trying to, so I thought it was just gonna come on, but it sent me through a bunch of changes. So, but I got through.
Okay, well, welcome.
That was my initiation.
You passed.
Yes, so we're talking about crystals and gemstones, and Howard's sharing a lot about that with us. So you're welcome to chime in at any point, because we know you are the great wise wisdom knowledge man on the planet. For those of you who don't know him.
That's right.
Well, yeah, I got to sleep about 3 o'clock last night, so I was concerned about whether I would wake up in time. I've been working at the health food store, so.
Oh, I see. Always on the move.
And yesterday I had my class. It was from 5 to 7. I started teaching again, the minor electrical repair class.
Oh, I know the students are glad to see you.
Yeah, it was good. I was glad to see them. The teaching them gives you a level of energy that you don't get otherwise. You know?
Right.
And from the jumping back in, from the solar plex, you have your heart chakra. Jump in, Queen. Hey, I'm navigating. See, we doing this.
Okay, well, your heart chakra. I was born under the energy of Leo, the hot August month, and they say that Leo is symbol is the heart. A friend of mine who's an Aries once said, Aries is the head, but the head can't do nothing if the heart don't pump blood to it.
Okay.
So the heart chakra is we have to keep it at peace and at a certain level. It represents love and actually it represents love and trusting. But there's a connection between the trusting of the heart and the trusting of the root chakra. If you damage your root chakra, you may find yourself not being that trusting of a person. A lot of times we think it's in the head. That's what I'm telling people now, let you know everything is not in your head. Mm-hmm. The head responds to the experiences, I will say, of what's going on in the rest of your body. At some point, we're also going to talk about muscle memory. The body's muscles and cells have their own memory. I think I told you all in October 1974, I had the fortune or misfortune, fortune because I escaped, misfortune because I wish I should never have had the experience. But someone put a bomb in my apartment in the room that I sleep in. But I wasn't sleeping in it that night. I was looking at Wolfman Jack on the TV in my husband's room. And the bomb went off. And years later, fast forward, years later, I go to the sister here in Maryland who has this machine that you hold the rods and she does iridology and all that stuff. And it showed up because she asked me, what happened to you when you were in your early 30s, like 31, 32, 33? And I said, what you mean what happened to me? She said, says right here, you're supposed to be dead. They gave you your time back. They meaning, I suppose, ancestors, spiritual forces, whatever. And I said, it showed up in this iridology. It showed up on this machine. She said, yeah, because the history of whatever you do in life is in your cells.
The body keeps a score.
That's right.
Like that. The body keeps the score. That's right.
That's right.
Yes.
I look at it like this. When I do my body work, it's a file cabinet. And when I work on clients, I can bring things up that's way in the back of that file cabinet that you thought that you have totally forgotten about. It can surface. And part of that is our body is minerals. That's a crystal too, minerals, trace minerals. And so our body can receive, and it can, when you're really tapped in, it can receive, it can feel. Crystals have vibration. Crystals resonate and they move. I was looking up, did you know that if it's plenty of room, a crystal underneath the ground is incredible. It can continue to grow. It has been discovered up to 36 feet crystals.
I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and to verify that for you, I was at this brother's house. Everybody in Atlanta knew he was a crystal gatherer. He had a pickup truck, big chains. In Atlanta, they say sits on a crystal bed or a bed of crystals. And he went in, he came back with a crystal big as a baobab tree trunk, not quite that big, but it was humongous. 3 or 4 people could sit on it. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, that crystal story lead to my crystal story. My daughter had purchased a home, and in the backyard, we're clearing it out, discovering and finding things. I saw the top of this pink looking stone, and I'm thinking, wow, what is this? My grandson and I dug and dug, and that it was a crystal quartz this big. I wish I can bring it in. It's heavy. When she decided she didn't want a place and she moved, I said, oh no, we're not leaving this. I told you I'm the rock stealer. I steal rocks. And I wasn't leaving without that rock. So my grandson and I had shovels and we were digging and digging and digging. And then I tell you, my grandson just 10. So that wasn't much strength. And we both was trying to get this because we wasn't leaving without that rose quartz. And we managed to get it. It was a job just to do it, but I feel like it was worth it. And since I worked so hard for it, it was mine. And I brought it home and I put it in my yard. And it's settling into the ground. So who knows when I dig it up again, how large it will be.
Yes. So here we are looking at the heart chakra, and I have a Qigong exercise for the heart that I would like for each of you to do this morning. And what you do, you put your elbows and your arm together like this, open your hands and put it under your chin. And you go, Om. And if you do this often enough for a long enough period of time, it felt good already. You go ahead. You nourish your heart energy, your heart muscles, and you can feel it.
You want us to do this together?
Do it. Yeah, do it. You can do it together or separate. You know the sound is not going to be the same
right
over the system, but it'll be the same.
So
in your
elbows, arms,
elbow, arm together, hand out like this under your
and we
chin.
just rest our heads on our face.
Your head on your
face.
face.
Our heads on our
Head
hands.
on your face.
Hey, I must feel it already. And you go. You go.
No, not AUNG like that.
It resonates. I can feel it. I can feel my
so
arms. I can feel it. It resonates.
Your chest and down your neck all the way to your solar plexus. Yes, ma'am. So the brother who's coming on the 1st of June, I'm gonna charge him with sharing some of those with us because he teaches Qigong. I'm just a student. All right, so that's about all I have for the heart chakra at the moment.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know I don't know much about the chakras and stuff, so, but in my mind of what I've heard, that your chakra is, you build, I guess things that they each develop until when it gets up here, it's what do you call it, nirvana or whatever you realized or something like that.
The idea is as you become aware of the meditations that are designed to release that energy. Imagine your chakras being a wheel. Okay. Imagine the wheel goes a certain amount of energy per cycle. But because of the various other impediments that we experience in this world, it may be going like this. But as you do meditation, you're meditating on the root chakra, your energy of your thoughts, the energy of your mind, your chi that moves throughout your whole body. Remember I said about being in the ocean? That's chi. It's all in you. You inhale your breath. I used to do an exercise. Well, it's easier for me to be with people. I'm a people person. But we would get together and do an exercise and you can do it with your family, with your friend. And you think energy from yourself into the next person. You can think right now with your own self. Think your knees. Think knees. Just think knees. And you begin to feel the tingle in your knees. Think knees.
So that's working that first eye, that intuitive eye, to focus on that area.
So as you go from area to area, you go from chakra to chakra. By the time you manifest the release of those wheels to the top of your head, the nirvana they're talking about is peace. It's simply peace.
It should be.
And meditation, yes, and meditation brings you to that peace, even though you don't have to know nothing about these chakras. But what you will experience, what they call nirvana,
Right.
is peace,
Like
balance.
like Queen said, it's a wheel, just a wheel that is turning. It's like a spinning disc, or a little vortex of energy. And so our whole body, it's a constant flow, and it should be flowing at a certain rate. And so it could be stagnated in areas which can slow you up, fatigue you, and mess with your thoughts, put you in a certain mood. Sometimes it's not all about the physical. It's things on the inside that we need to balance out that we can't see.
So you
And it's
develop-
wonderful for the major organs. It's wonderful for your nervous system. You know, the spine houses the nerves, and out of the spine or column that's where the nerves go everywhere in the body. So it's all aligning, it's spinning. And when it gets stagnated, it slows up until it's clear. And once it's clear, it starts spinning again. But there are, like you said, it's so many. We just stop with the 7 major chakras, but we have, like Queen said, 7 times 7 times 7 into
Infinity. Our sister was going to say something. Sister Queen Aduna, you were going to.
No, I was just wondering about the, can you be, and she said it, stagnant in an area. So like, can your throat chakra, that's a correct name, right? Throat chakra, is that your speaking? So your heart chakra, can that be intact? But she explained that's rolling fine, but maybe I'm just comparing and wondering if I'm correct, that your throat, where you won't speak out and you won't say things, you just take it all in, so that your heart is pure. That's good, but you won't speak out those things that hurt you, or share those things that glorify you, make you happy. And so it's stagnant here. Is that a good comparison?
It's a wonderful example.
It's a wonderful example.
Yes.
But if you say, for example, your root chakra, I use myself for example, because I think God just gave me all these experiences because people have
to share.
But as a little girl, my cousin's boyfriend was letting me jump up and down on his lap. You know how they do kids, and he was opening and closing his leg, opening and closing his leg. And when I came down the last time, he opened his legs, and I hit the concrete floor. And when I hit the concrete floor, I felt this pain in my lobe, all the way in my, what they call your coccyx bone. And Mom took me to the hospital, and they said, well, it was kind of like, instead of going straight now, it was kind of like bent. And it bothered me for many, many years. It wasn't painful, it just was zzz, like something going zzz, at the bottom of my back. Well, years and years later, as a matter of fact, just about 5 or 6 years ago, one of my friends was talking to this brother who has the ability, he was trained to pick up energy and help you break up blockages. And he said a lot of stuff. I can't tell you everything he said.
Okay.
But he said, you give your man a hard time. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you give him a hard time because you have trust issues. You don't trust him. And I said, I do trust. He said, no, you don't. He said, something happened to you as a child and damaged your root chakra. And that's where your trust factor is. And so that go all the way up, because that, of course, affected my solar plexus, which is one of the reasons why I might have been reluctant, even though I have a lot of talent, I might have been reluctant to show it to people.
Because of trust.
Because of trust. And then going all the way up to the heart chakra, I was afraid I would hold myself back. Like, in truth, I'm a great actress, but in reality, I wasn't about showing that. But I had teachers who peeped it. I had my drama teacher in high school. She said, you can hide from some, but you can't hide from me. And so she pulled me and pulled it out of me. But at the same time, if you have a situation in which you wake up and you're trying to talk to somebody or explain something to somebody, check your body, check your chakra centers. You will find that your heart is holding certain, what's the word I want to use? Your heart is not letting you talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it like that. Your feelings, you know, like people say, well, I don't want to show my feelings. What they're really saying is my heart chakra is not moving fluidly, so I can't express in my throat chakra what I'm really thinking. So therefore, I'm not at peace in my mind.
Ooh, girl. Wow.
Since we talk, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say it's all connected. And that's what I think part of my mission is. When y'all were telling us the other day, say we think our mission is. Part of my mission is to help people see the unity within yourself already. And then you can see the unity between you and the next person, and the unity between you and the entire planet. When Mother Earth hurts, we hurt. When we hurt, Mother Earth hurts.
That's right. That's
when
right.
those people got killed, I said, I've been debating whether I was going to say anything about it. But when those children got killed yesterday, and the teachers, when the people got shot up in Las Vegas, if you go back over those times, what happens with the elements in the earth when these terrible, tragic things happen? I have noticed that it rains. It doesn't just rain, it'll have a thunderstorm. In the case of some cases, I tell my family, oh, we're gonna get ready, they're gonna have a tornado. And they said, why you say that? I said, because every time a group of people get killed like that, it affects the whole universe. It affects the earth and all the elements, and their pain and their surprise that they are leaving their body and it wasn't part of their plan is energy that's released. That energy comes back in torrents of wind and water. And the fire. Talk to the Native Americans, talk to the Indians. They'll tell you the fires that's happening in California. They say it's from their ancestors. Their ancestors told the Euros, you will not live at peace in this land of our ancestors. It's coming back as fire. So I'm saying all that to say, be more cognizant, be more sensitive and aware, and watch what happens after things happen, so you can begin to see that there are no coincidences. It's all math and science.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
Since we're stuck on the heart here, and Queen is talking about the element, the heart element is air and earth, relating to unconditional love. The heart chakra is linked to your true soul emotion, together with the ability to give and to receive unconditional love. Green links to the heart center. It is the green is the color in the middle or the center of the color spectrum. Green is considered healing. And some of the stones, since we're tapping back into crystals, some of the stones that connect with the heart chakra is green agate, rose quartz, diamond, emerald, tourmaline, malachite, and jade. And I'm sure it's more. But these are the stones to reach for, to help balance emotion. And with these stones, you can take and you can put on your body. You can put it in your bra, in your pocket, in your wallet. You can encase it in your hair, head wrap, bath, your drinking water, and charge it. See, we're put here with all the tools, and here I go harping on it again, but this is what I believe. That's what you know.
This is what I believe. Got lie in the middle of it, and you ain't lying. So
I accept that correction. This is what I know, that our people of melanin that's on the other side of the equator, that belong on the other side of the equator. These are our tools. Once you understand how the earth and nature works, that's everything in your medicine bag that you need.
Wow.
And so the heart, just say, I carry, okay, speaking of, I am a crystal shopper. When crystal shows come to Indianapolis and they come to our state fair, I be right in line, because these are people that have mind. These are people that have dug into our earth and found all our treasures, and we don't even think about it. I went to a health fair show for others, and it was everything pertaining to the mind. They had things like crystals. They had things like just things for the mind, psychics. They had, and I said, this is their health fair? They had everything on that line that talked about energy. But I noticed when we go to our health fair, it's pushing high blood pressure, diabetes, and that's what you get. You get the machines, and it's like, well, how come we don't have any crystal quartz and things of a higher thinking? They're keeping us at this certain level that we basically high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attacks, da. How about the higher power, the higher thinking? They say mind, body, spirit, but it's not. It's the spirit that wills the mind that heals the body. So start with this up here. How you say, the crown chakra, the head chakra. Mm-hmm. And we need all of them in balance, but we gotta go beyond that. We have to go to our higher source.
We are the Elizabeths.
We are the Elizabeths.
And I charge all the Elizabeths to get very serious about the use of these stones, crystals,
these apparatus, right? That we
because everything that everybody is doing in here, we complement COMPLE. We complete one another. We're like a body, and we're all parts of that grand body.
That's
and
right.
We've come together for this body to live. And we have to share this life with everyone. And we have to maintain our own lives so we'll be around to share. So I charge each of us to find out what chakras we need to strengthen or build up or work on. Or you can just start with one and move and work your way up and get the stones and the colors that you need for what you think, Howard, for those areas.
These are our tools. These are our tools. They're not just pretty pieces of crystals. They all have power. They all have meaning. They all have vibration. Yes, Western medicine will shut it down because it ain't bringing them no profit. It's like a pretty piece of crystal. No, it's if you know the power of these pretty pieces of crystals, you know how to govern, navigate, and move your life. Like the crystal quartz. Now I'm jumping ahead. But just like the crystal quartz, this crystal quartz, it says it's the master quartz. It balances out all these other crystals. Crystal quartz, it can come in clusters. This is a amethyst that have lighten up, but they come in clusters. They come in rigid rock forms.
Here's mine.
Oh, look at this. Bring your crystals. Bring your pretty piece of crystals. Let's talk about what you got, Queen Aduni.
It's a amethyst.
It looked like amethyst.
Yeah, I'm on Aquarian.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, and we have
and that's the one that's high in for your healing. You put that in your medicine room and your rooms that that promote healing.
Everywhere I go when there's crystals, the amethyst is there. When you go to the spas like the King Spa, they'll have big monster, you know,
Amethyst, yeah.
everywhere. We have Regina that would like to share. You want to jump in, Regina?
Jump in, Regina. Talk to us.
Unmute yourself, babe.
Grand Rising, ladies. I'm in Sedona, Arizona, so it's a little early. Sorry, I'm jumping on late.
All right.
Didn't I just talk about
in the
Sedona,
house.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love my
I've been here
sister.
17 years, and I'm so happy that I jumped into the conversation at such a auspicious time, because what's going on is that when you're talking about our crystals, all of the divine inheritance of our people is it's not just a conversation about what is ours and what has been taken. It's about, these are technologies that work with our body, because we are the luminous ones. We are the ones who will be the technologies of the future that will heal the entire earth.
Yes,
we are the regenerative source, and I'm a cuyandera. So my origins are from the Maya.
Beautiful.
And
I'm glad to have you.
I've also been called to the motherland, and I work a lot in Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, Alabama, Mississippi, Cleveland. And what we do is I know from spending time in Peru in the Amazon, that in the Andes, the Quechua Indians, they say that Africa is the body of the earth. And we know that the body is the earth. She is the earth. So we are the origin.
That's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful, my sister. I feel your energy.
So what we're doing now, I mean, I literally sleep outside. Listen to the birds. I literally sleep outside. I do not sleep in a house. I sleep in the back of my house. I do not never sleep inside a container. I'm not a domesticated animal. I will never sleep in a house. They can't get me to do that.
Regina, put your information in the chat, please. We got to talk.
And do you have a video? Can you put so that we can meet you?
Oh my gosh, I look crazy, but yes.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Crazy, beautiful.
Yes.
Yes, natural and beautiful.
And I sleep with powerful stones from volcanoes from all over the earth near my bed. I have crystals.
Yes.
I have stones from some very powerful places, and I keep those near all the time. And you know, and I work with the body. I work with the body in awakening technology in the body. We are a technology. We're a self-healing technology. We're a resource technology. We're a regenerative source. And after spending time in the Amazon, I found that as I was raised a Christian, and they lied to me. They told me that we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and the Garden of Eden is alive and well, and she's the reason why we're breathing right now.
Thank you. Yes.
And after that, I worked in Sedona. You know, I've been in Sedona for 12 years out of Los Angeles. And I mean, I've been here 17 years, but I worked there for 12 years running a spiritual company. When I came back, I realized what I was doing was like big pharma, just making people dependent on my spiritual gifts and and just for money. So I quit my job and I stopped charging. And instead of having 5,000 clients, I now have 5,000 allies. I've worked with people and their children. I've helped mothers come into contact with their children again. People, you know, mothers who have beat their children growing up and put them through hell, come back into harmony with themselves, so their children come back into harmony with them. Because we have codes and technologies that we share as a tribe. But if we cannot trust one another, we cannot share those codes. And we don't even need language to share those codes. They can be shared, transmitted in silence through telepathy. But if you do not trust each other, you cannot. If you have impulses and PTSD in your body, you cannot share technology.
That's right. What brought you to us this morning?
I've been brought by Pi and his brother.
Oh, I know who you are. Yeah, okay.
Baba David. Yes.
Yes.
I was invited into a project with Baba David and another gentleman by the name of Stephen Nikiru Richardson. We've only been in a union, in a trinity, for about 7 weeks now. And what attracted me to the project is 2 years ago, I was asked by the grandmother to serve ayahuasca. I served ayahuasca for 2 years, and in that serving, I channeled some symbols that the ancestors gave me and a map. It was a map to the luminous body. And part of that map, third down on the map, was a symbol for ancestral inheritance, which had to do with precious metals and land space. Now, when I got introduced to David and Nikiru, I was told about their project with precious metals. So I knew this was my channel. So what we're in is a silver frequency fast, shifting from a dead currency, which is the dollar, to a living immortal currency. I'm a divine immortal goddess.
Yes.
I work with Mother God.
That's right. That's
I
right.
am a channel for Mother God. A lot of people sit in my arms and transform because I'm a channel for Mother God. It is not me. I never say it's me. I do not advertise myself as me.
That's right. You
I
just
do not have a
facilitate.
name or a label or an
That's right.
identification. I
That's
just
right.
am. I am.
I am.
Well, thank you, Pat, for inviting her. And if you stay with us in a few minutes, I'm going to ask you to, I mean, if everybody can come, for you to write in the chat the thing you do on Zoom. Is it on Zoom?
Yes.
And ask you to put that, if you can, or maybe you could send it to Queen Arduni and she can dispense it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I could send you the 2 replays we did the last 2 Sundays, which is Silver is Medicine, because we're also using it as a medicinal tool. I'm using silver as an activator right now, and I'm turning all my money into silver alchemy. So any resource that we get goes right into silver, and we do have a relationship with now the precious metal guy here in town, and we had an event the other day and he brought bars of gold and silver, and we were able to circulate those around just for people to feel the frequency of this high technology.
Let me say, can I interject?
Yes, Pai.
This is the person that I invited, Ayaba and Queen Aduni.
Yes.
So I sent you the information already about.
She's been communicating with me.
Okay. And this is the connection with David and Sedona and Brazil, and it's all coming into fruition. It's just flowing now.
I see Tiffany says here, we see a retreat for the Elizabeths to Mama Regina space in Sedona.
In fact, I'm hosting a retreat for women from Chicago here. It starts tomorrow. So I do host retreats, and absolutely come on down.
Wow.
I can take you to some very amazing, powerful vortex energy, and we can activate some very powerful things in our DNA. This is a very special place, and I've been here quite some time. And I could tell you, when I got here, I was full of PTSD. My children didn't like me too much. And then I became a leader in Sedona. Like for 12 years, I had celebrity clients and things like that. And they thought I was full of shit still, because at home, they still didn't know the new me. You know what I mean?
They won't accept you. They refuse to accept you.
When I quit my job, I worked with 75 healers in Sedona, because the company that I worked for would custom design transformational spiritual retreats for people who were in transition. So when I quit my job, 5 of the top elders, women, pulled me aside and said, because I was going to go to Costa Rica and start doing womb healing and all these retreats, for white women. And these women, they were white. They stopped me. They said, Regina, go home and wake up your children. Yes. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be like us. We all went to India and across the world and everywhere. and our children are alcoholics and they never got the healing. They didn't get the memo. So I took a year. I went to a waterfall and I took an amethyst that I had, big amethyst that I used to wear, which is amethyst and citrine. Citrine is a conductor for manifestation.
Yeah.
So together with the amethyst, it was really powerful. I had it wrapped in copper. I went to a waterfall here locally. I buried that amethyst and I cried and I said, now I've been in service, now I need to be served. I need a sacred space to do this work. The next day, I arrived at a space. It had a vineyard on it. It was 1.5 acres, a straw bale house, which is conductive to the energy of the earth. This man let me live there for free for 2 years. And in that 2 years, the first year was just for my children. I have 5. The first year was just for my children, and I came back into beloved contact with them. And now they're all awake. And now we're in deep harmony. All my relations are in harmony. I don't have one that is discordant. Not one. Even my ex-husband and the father of my youngest child, everybody.
Everybody's in harmony.
Everybody. Because you cannot build a foundation for the future on discordant frequencies.
That's right. That's right.
We are being called as the elders of the future. I'm just in my Chiron return at 50. And we are the elders of the future. We will fully mature the emotional body. We will fully mature the technologies of these bodies, and we will awaken the DNA because we will have the integrity to do so. We will be the ones who push this to the next level. That's why we came here as a tribe. We are the ones to do this.
We are the ones.
We will be a safe container. We will be a cohesive force. We won't be fighting one another and wilding out on our kids and not being able to give sound advice.
What a day.
And we will see everyone as we see ourselves, which is at a mastery level. We will not look down at anybody. We will stop using this language about we are being suppressed, because we are not.
We're not.
We only are in the idea of that. That is a deep illusion that we are in suppression. We are free at all times. We are sovereign. We just have to act as such with getting all these impulses out the body. The mind is like a child. The body is the father, the heart is the mother, and the mind is the child.
Yes.
My sister Regina, I want you to hold that thought right now. I want those that are watching us from Facebook and YouTube to know that we're about to exit. So if you want to continue this juicy, such a delicious conversation, you need to go over to elizabethvisionaryconference.org, hit the get my ticket. It's free. And you can use that same ticket forever, that same number. But we're going to go off right now. And oh my God, I think y'all need to come on over to the Zoom. You may continue, Regina, go right ahead.
So that, this is why I wanted to come into your group, because this